Hey, Real Nerds listeners, there's many ways you can interact with the Real Nerds podcast. You can email us at realnerds@gmail.com. You can hit us on Twitter @RealNerds. You want to check us out on Facebook? You can. Just look for Real Nerds Podcast. You want to leave us a voicemail? Just call 720-6NERDS5. You want to listen to our episodes? You can check us out on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. This week, we saw Nobody. Stay tuned till the end of the episode, where we will tell you if you should see the film, play the trailer, and then spoil the movie. I am joined every week by my good friends, Brad.
What's up?
And Zach.
Hello.
And we're coming to you by the power of Zoom. It compels you.
Is that the... Wait. Is that the tagline for Zoom?
You think Zoom's just like, this whole year is going, we are making so much money?
They're pretty much Scrooge McDuck jumping into a pile of coins.
Oh, so they're falling flat on their face and beating their skulls out with blood? Because you can't do that with pennies, man. Come on.
You
I
can.
do not remember that
Scrooge did it.
DuckTales.
No, remember Family Guy taught us that would be impossible. I don't
When I was a
remember
kid, though,
Family
I
Guy.
always wanted to jump into something like that.
I don't remember much of Family Guy, but there are moments when it pops back into my memory, and that one going like, why would they do this?
That's why I bring up Family. We're in Orlando one night when we were just hanging out in our hotel room. I just turned on Cartoon Network as Family Guy was on. And there's an episode I hadn't seen where Brian marries this girl who he thinks is going to die from cancer. And then she ends up not dying. And she gets really fat and she walks around the house just farting.
I don't remember that at all. That must be
Kellen
later.
could not stop laughing.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Is that could you track the year? Did you check the info to see what year that episode
Yeah,
was
I mean,
from?
I'm pretty sure I have that one. I have to, I'm working on so many freaking articles right now. I really got to buckle down and finish them. But I'm going through the whole Family Guy series.
Yeah,
So I have-
the freaking sweet article series, yeah.
Yeah, so I have season 18, but I haven't opened it or watched it, and I'm pretty sure it's from that one.
Oh, okay. That would explain why I don't remember this at all.
But yeah. Kellen also told me he said, Daddy, why do I have such ginormous farts and my butt is so little? I don't know how to answer that, but it's funny.
There's no answer, Ryan. You leave it a mystery.
Anyways, on Real Nerds, we also talk about movies we've watched throughout the week, movie news, and movies that are coming out that you can purchase.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna preempt our show a little bit. I'm gonna give the spotlight to Brad because one of his films won an award. Brad, tell us what film won the award and what.
The Legend of Drunken Brewmaster won Best Comedy Short at the Colorado Short Circuit Film Festival.
Nice.
That's right.
Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Did I send you something or a PDF certificate?
Yeah, there will be a PDF certificate. The awards were a pre-recorded teleconference thing. So,
Who selected the awards? Was it the organizers of the event?
yeah, they have their own set of anonymous judges.
Oh wow, cool.
So, yeah.
You say they're anonymous, Brad, huh?
Yeah.
Really? What if I were to tell you they were all me? That's why you won.
That'd make me feel bad because it means I was probably not selected on the quality of my film, but rather
Just like the Oscars. Rigged.
yeah. Feels like you might be playing favorites.
No, I'm not the judges.
That's good. Good to know.
Congrats, Brad.
Thanks. Hopefully
Keep
I
up
can
the
keep
good work.
making stuff. I had 3 films in there, so glad at least one of them did did well.
Well, no, I mean, if it's anonymous judges, that means they're just looking at it subjectively, you know? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hopefully someday I get to do a feature. I feel like time's running out on that, but
Time's never running out, Brad.
For that, for Drunken Brewmaster?
No, in general, I hope at some point I get to do a feature, like an original
What ideas
feature.
do you have for a feature?
That's the problem. Like, I don't have 90 minutes worth of anything of an idea.
What about a story about a guy who creates a turtles Instagram page?
Be probably pretty boring.
No, I don't know. There was that one fun time when we were trying to film a commercial for the cups for Comic-Con that didn't happen.
I think it's a very, very niche audience.
Yes, but turtle people pay big money for anything turtle related.
This is true. Except for me. I'm going to stop doing that.
I mean, you and I have bandied about the idea of a drive-in film, and I think that's something you should definitely do.
Yeah, let's figure that
You know,
one
I
out.
had this idea going around in my head, and it's only a short film, but I always wanted like a gut punch kind of movie. So the premise of the film is it's really like a silly comedy, you know, for the first like 10 minutes, and it revolves around a couple people trying to go somewhere, and it's really silly and stupid. And the one dude, they like get in the car, and then out of nowhere, there's like a slasher in the back, and he murders them. I always like wanted to do like a gut punch movie where you think it's one thing and it's totally not.
Would definitely have to. It would limit how the trailers would be able to pitch it.
Well, yeah, no, you pitch it as the comedy,
Yeah,
and you'd call it something stupid like The Trip. You know what I mean?
The Excursion.
Yeah, I know. I always have
Gut
this,
Punch,
like,
the movie.
Yeah, Gut Punch.
Well, no, because that still kind of gives it away. Like, I want it to be so vanilla, the title, where you would think it's just some stupid rom-com or something.
Our Journey.
And I just love the idea of like someone getting in their car and not even like slitting a throat, but I don't know, like punching through the back seat of the car and like blowing their chest out or something.
Like ripping their heart out from the back of the seat.
Ryan, do you need to take some time off work?
No, I'm good. I think of these things because I'm such a good person.
Brad. He can multitask. He can do his job, but he can also get creative. You know, this is the curse of all of us working outside of those realms.
I'm just concerned. He's like mostly sitting in that squad car, 8 hours a day, just picking up whatever.
Yeah, that's what I think. I was like, man, how could I brutally murder someone? But something along the lines of that, where you expect the movie to, or even the short to be something that it's totally not.
Yeah,
I always thought would be really fun.
So then my question is, does it become a horror comedy at that point, or do you completely veer it 180?
No, I
do like a sincere horror movie.
Yeah, no, totally 180.
Okay, that's interesting.
Like I said, just something where it's so mundane that people don't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mike and Dave go to get a Happy Meal at McDonald's. The movie.
Yeah, something like that. It'd be like Guy's Trip. And,
dude driving.
Yeah. Hey, Dude Trip.
Dude Trip.
And it'd be a bunch of like frat bros talking about how they're going to go to, I don't know, drink beer at the Coors Brewery for the beer tour. It's just really stupid comedy until they get into the car and they just get dispatched. I don't know.
Or they could go to the brewery and then one by one they get picked off by the
brewmaster.
The brewmaster. And like the Coors Brewery has a bunch of like a little I don't know, what would be the 2021 equivalent of Oompa Loompas?
microbrewers. But
Bunch of little hipsters.
Yeah, they're just tiny little hipsters.
Micro hipsters.
Theoretically, we're also kind of also curbing from yoga hosers at this point.
Anyways, way to ruin my idea, guys. Fuck.
No.
Well,
But-
we're brainstorming.
yeah, we're trying to figure it out. Now,
No,
to be
it's
fair.
stupid. Okay, I get it. Fine. You
No,
think of
no,
a
no.
movie.
You know what? Here's my question, Ryan. Do they go into the woods for it? Like, do they go into the woods, or is it just like they could be stopped at any given point on the map, and that's when everything starts to veer off course?
Yeah, exactly. No, you don't want to set it up where people expect something to happen. I'm talking about stuff like happening in broad daylight, you know?
Ooh, middle of a park or it's all very, very frightening because it could go in either direction as a genre. But I'm trying to think of a movie that does that and manages to hold for the rest of its like 80 or 90 minutes that sincere tone after 10 minutes of slapstick. Because like Hostel would be the go-to example, but even that sets up a lot of the terror and still has dark humor strewn about it. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the best equivalent would be. Yeah, Real Nerds listeners, figure out a movie for us that completely veers off course after the first 10 minutes, like, and just 180s its genre.
Anywho, we also talk about movie news. Did I already say this part? Maybe.
You did. But do it
Yeah,
again. It's
let's
been a while.
unspool some movie news then.
It's real news.
Okay. Let's start off with some good news, guys. We've earned some good news. You know what the good news is? Regal Cinemas is coming back. We will be reopening Regal Cinemas beginning with the weekend of Godzilla vs. Kong. So by the time
weekend.
Yeah. So by the time you listen to this, they will already be reopened. But
I don't know. I'm like this weekend because our film of the week is going to be Godzilla versus Kong. It feels finally like a really big movie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That this like an event movie where you have to see it on a big screen.
Yeah.
The biggest
because-
one since Tenet.
Yeah, but the difference is that Warner Brothers is, well, one, they're still treating this as a split release, so it's still going to be available on HBO Max for people who are still not vaccinated or don't feel comfortable going out there. But the other one is these are two known IP going toe to toe in the middle of the ocean and then a city. It's like it's the thing we want to see. Who didn't watch that trailer and then just went, I'm buying tickets and or planning to see this at home, whatever the case may be? Who wasn't thinking, I'm going to watch this? Because let's face it, story is probably not going to matter. The most important part is watching Godzilla and Kong beat the crap out of each other. And I'm on board for this, which is different.
I know, I'm going to see it in IMAX, I think.
So that's what I was guessing, that since Regal is reopening, I'm assuming that the Colorado Center 9 will be as well. But I didn't see anything about specific locations or how long it might take for them to all unfold or whatever. So, because I haven't seen anything at the Regal that's near my work in terms of them like having people get in and get ready. So,
Yeah, I don't know either.
yeah. Interesting. But anyway,
I know there's an IMAX at Highlands Ranch, so.
Yeah, but it's not the true IMAX. The true IMAX is at the Colorado Center 9 because the specifications are absolutely correct. But I also don't know if Godzilla v. Kong was shot for IMAX, so that might also factor into it. Anywho, there will be options. On the HBO Max track, the Clint Eastwood's newest movie will be arriving in the fall, Cry Macho. It's not the story that I thought it was going to be when I thought the movie was called Cry Nacho, which is just a picture of me eating nachos while crying. No, this is another Clint Eastwood movie that you can watch in that same dual release format, both in theaters and or on HBO Max, featuring Dwight Yoakam and Paul Lincoln Elio. So yeah, if you want to check out more Clint, you can do that this fall. And then Peter Jackson will be honored with the Visual Effects Society's Lifetime Achievement Award for his works in digital effects, spanning from The Lord of the Rings to the Hobbit trilogy to the remake of King Kong. So congratulations, Mr. Jackson. More than well deserved. And then, let's see. There is going to be a weekly excursion of treasure protecting, guys, because we're getting a National Treasure TV series at Disney Plus with Mira Nair at the helm of it, who was the director of Queen of Katwe. So yeah, I don't see anything about bringing back a certain star of the history of swear words, but what does a National Treasure TV show look like to you guys? If you even want
it's about me going out looking for treasures.
Wait. What do you do with those treasures?
Who, what, where? I don't know.
You've got to protect them, and or you've got to steal them to protect them. So, Ryan, if you see the Declaration of Independence, what do you got to do? I'm going to steal it. I can almost guarantee you John Voight won't be anywhere near this project, and that's fine. Anyway, moving on. So we talked about the Snyder Cut last week of the Justice League, and the Flash movie is currently still in development, and it looks like Billy Crudup will no longer be playing Barry Allen's dad. They will be replaced by Ron Livingston, last seen within the Conjuring series. So yeah,
hope they just don't film it on a Monday. Jeez.
Wait.
That's an Office Space joke?
Yeah, I haven't watched Office Space in a while, Ryan. Please don't expect me to remember it the way others do. Ryan, have you brought back my stapler? Anyway, Milton was the hero of that movie. Anyway, guys, we got a trailer for another Edgar Wright thing. Not the one that he's been sitting on for a year. This one is Dolby Atmos has partnered with him, and they are re-releasing Scott Pilgrim versus the World in a new version of the film that has been recalibrated for Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. So yeah, you can check that out as part of a 10th anniversary re-release. So yeah.
It also makes it sound like there's going to be a 4K of that.
Mm-hmm. That seems to be the presumption going into this. Now, unfortunately, Scott Pilgrim seems to have bad timing when it comes to theatrically releasing things, because we still have a lot of issues getting people into theaters, obviously, because of the pandemic. And the first time they released Scott Pilgrim in the theaters, it had to go up against a dumb Sylvester Stallone movie. So I'm going to go ahead and assume this may not make a bunch of money, but it'll be fun for the people who can get a chance to go see it. I certainly will be making an attempt to do so, because I'm sure it's going to be playing at the Highlands Ranch one with the Dolby Atmos. So, but yeah, it's almost kind of like we should have waited. If we had known this was going to happen, we should have waited and done our retro review of Scott Pilgrim after seeing it in Dolby Atmos.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was supposed to come out last year, but they obviously didn't put it out.
Yeah, because it keeps saying for the 10th anniversary. I'm like, that was last year, guys. Right? Get your press release right. But that makes more sense now. Hey, speaking of trailers, why don't we just jump to the big trailer news? We got a trailer for the Suicide Squad. James Gunn's is the Suicide Squads. Yeah. What's as we all know, I'm comic book dumb, so I want to hear you guys talk about what's cool about this.
Well, if you look really closely when they're walking in front of the flag, you can see Weasel's junk.
And that's what's cool about it?
Yep.
Right.
All right, cool. Anyway, moving on. We got 2 deaths this week. No, let's keep talking.
Actually, I love the opening where they're going to bust out Harley Quinn, and she's already busted out, and she's so moved by them coming to get her. She says, I'll go back in there if you want.
That's what I thought at first, but when Bloodsport says, like, that's patronizing, I think she was just, like, screwing with him.
Oh, yeah, she is, but I think it's funny.
Oh, yeah. Like
I love
perfect
Margot
tone.
Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think she gets the character really well.
Yeah, like the whole trailer is just tons of fun. Like when Peacemaker and Bloodsport are like walking through the jungle and they're having that exchange, and you know, Peacemaker like actually explains like why eating a bunch of dicks would be improbable, but he'd do it anyway for liberty. No
Sly
problemo.
Stallone. I don't know if I wanted anybody else as King Shark after the Harley Quinn cartoon, but I'm down for Sly Stallone as King Shark.
Did you see James Gunn's like what he asked Stallone? He's just like, "Hey, I wrote a part specifically for you. It won't take too much of your time." How was the second half of it? Shit, I don't remember. But that was like most like, "Hey, I just got this tiny little thing for you to." Oh yeah, it was just like, "You're playing a shark that eats people." And Stallone's like, let's laugh. And he's like, oh, "Okay."
Well, Stallone seems to be more down with the voiceover stuff because he's in Mortal Kombat, and I mean, like Stallone, yeah, he's Rambo.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie.
Oh yeah, no, the game.
Yeah,
but you should just embrace what he's been in movies for 50 years. Just start doing fun things.
That's why I want him. I'm assuming he's on board for Guardians 3 or like some form of turning in it.
Yeah, I think he already is. I mean, I don't know what the story is, but
I don't care. I really liked him in that scene in Volume 2. Like, I thought it was a really it's like one of those like, yes, it's a cameo that sets up a future appearance, but I'm like, it's a really good scene. It's like really intriguing. Like, I want to know more about this.
Yeah.
Like, I also don't know a ton about Polka Dot Man, but the fact that they make him like a depressed emo guy who's like probably hates being Polka Dot Man.
I have this feeling that a lot of those guys are going to die really soon in the movie.
Yeah. That's why there's so many. Although I'm wondering who Taika Waititi is still, like, because he's not Starro. James Gunn squashed that, so yeah. I don't know.
I do love that Starro's the villain. I mean, he's really powerful in DC, but he's so ridiculous that
yeah. I guess he creates like smaller Starros that attach to people's faces. So
yeah,
I'm guessing they'll be like it might be like a zombie movie.
That'd be sweet. It looks like a hell of a lot of fun.
I like that it feels. I don't want to say feels different, but it just like it feels like there's something visually more intriguing about it than the last couple of DC movies, even with the stuff I've enjoyed out of Wonder Woman and even Aquaman. Like, it does feel like it. I don't know if maybe Ryan got this vibe too, and maybe you did, Brett, but I got like a Dirty Dozens feel out of it, like a guys on a mission movie, but instead of just guys, it's like a bunch of superheroes, so you can get Harley Quinn and other characters in there. So it doesn't feel like Suicide Squad by Ayer felt still bounded into that universe thing, and it didn't feel like the Men on a Mission movie it could have felt. This one feels more like it. What? Really? I didn't get that feeling out of Suicide Squad at all.
The whole premise of like assembling people and sending them on a mission, I guess that's even Predator.
Yeah, but Ayers didn't do that same thing for me, like, because they kind of bungled that premise with all the other things it has to insert in there. Feels like Gunn's not beholden to anything, at least what the trailer's telling me. Experiencing the movie may be an entirely different scenario, but
well, that it's probably going to be somewhat of a good movie because they've already okayed the Peacemaker like series on HBO Max, so Warner Brothers has a lot of faith in it.
Is Cena playing Peacemaker?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
I think it's an animated series, but I'm not 100% sure.
That'd be given the language I've seen the character use in the trailer thus far. I'm curious about an animated series with John Cena doing that. That'd be friggin' interesting.
I mean, the Harley Quinn series.
I know. I still haven't watched it yet.
It's not that weird. Yeah.
Okay.
To be R-rated.
It's a little weird.
Well, it's weird, but it's not weird to be R-rated. So.
Anyway, I do want to move on to another piece of good news. Ryan, you ready for some good news?
Yep.
Tribeca Film Festival will be the first Northern American film festival to be bringing back in-person screenings.
Nice.
So, starting in its upcoming 2021 edition this summer, the people will be able to go from June 9th to June 20th to a 12-day outdoor festival with Tribeca. So, yeah, that's going to be the return of in-person screenings. As far as when other festivals will be resuming these practices and protocols, will be on a determined basis. I know Cannes trying to figure out their shit.
I did get an email from Telluride Horror Show saying they're going to start selling tickets, I think tomorrow, actually.
Wow. Okay, let's see how this all plays out. Before we move on to the bereavements of the day, I want to point you guys to a trailer that I then hope to God you will all forget. It's called Wall Street, and it's not WALL Street, it's WAHL Street. Mark Wahlberg produced a documentary about himself. I'm done. I'm done. And I'm going to read the description for you guys so that hopefully you've gotten all that you need to know and don't need to watch it. The 6-episode documentary series offers fans a glimpse into the global star Mark Wahlberg's life as he juggles the demands of rigorous film schedules, coupled with an ever-growing network of diverse businesses, including his clothing line, Municipal, his gym studio, F45, restaurant chain, Wahlburgers, and his production company, Unrealistic Ideas. Along the way, viewers will learn powerful business and life lessons as he navigates the numerous challenges of a global pandemic, all while trying to maintain and expand his vast portfolio. Wall Street will also introduce the cast of colorful characters that make up Wahlberg's real-life entourage. Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, I can feel it.
No. Don't you dare, Ryan. Don't you dare.
You'll look good and feel good while you're watching it.
Damn it, Ryan, ain't you, Brad?
Say hi to your mother for me.
God damn it.
It's a transformer. I got nothing.
What your daddy doing with the stadies? No, oh wait, no, that's The Departed. That's a good movie. Anywho, though, actually, on the note of Boston, March 26th will be declared Leonard Nimoy Day. The Boston Globe reporting that outgoing Mayor Martin J. Walsh has designated March 26th to be Leonard Nimoy Day to honor the West End native's contribution to the arts in roles like Mr. Spock on Star Trek, as well as his dedication to the community. Maybe we can all hold an outdoor screening of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan next March 26th, guys. And then we lost some folks this week, 2 big names in particular. Oscar-nominated star George Segal, who was in such films as Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Where's Papa, and sitcoms like The Goldbergs, is passed away at the age of 87. I think, Ryan and I have definitely seen Virginia Woolf at some point, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Like I've seen. Okay, cool. Then he's also in such films as the original Fun with Dick and Jane from 1977, Who's Killing the Great Chefs of Europe, and The Last Married Couple in America. He always seemed to have a fun vibe around him, and in Virginia Woolf, he's in this tour de force with a bunch of other people like surrounding the scene, but he holds his own. The thing that I rewatched Segal in the most is going to sound super strange. There's a documentary about the Warner Brother family done by Harry Warner's granddaughter, where he's interviewed, naturally having worked with the studio during that later period. And he describes Jack Warner in such a way where you see George Segal like basically exemplifying this Jack Warner attitude of like, Jack didn't care. You know what Jack did? He went, "I'm me and fuck you." And I'm like, so like every time I think of George Segal nowadays, I'm going back to that quote. But yeah, as recently he was starring on The Goldbergs. Hell of a legacy to leave behind. And then one of television's greatest mothers has left our graces, Jessica Walters. the star of such series as Archer and, of course, as Mama Bluth in Arrested Development, is dead at the age of 80. Walters is not just a television staple, though. She was on shows like The Naked City, in the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, and Flipper, and The Fugitive, etc. But she was also the co-star in Clint Eastwood's directorial debut, Play Misty for Me, which is his only slasher movie, and it's a really good one where she plays an obsessed fan of Clint Eastwood's DJ character, and she just won't leave me alone. But she won an Emmy. She was primarily a television staple. She won an Emmy for her work in the 1975 limited series Amy Prentice. And then, of course, once she took on the role of Lucille Bluth in Arrested Development, she achieved an immortality. Does anybody here have a favorite Lucille Bluth moment?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot.
I know it's been a while since we've all watched the series, but
Yeah, I only went through once.
But she is one of those characters that is the glue that holds the show together for me.
Mm-hmm. She's also the most evil of the Bluths.
Yeah. I guess she calls her adopted son Angyun.
Yeah.
It's just really bad, but it's funny.
Yeah. Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
Yeah.
I still love in the second episode of the series where she's like, I mean, it's a banana, Michael. How much can it cost? $10? Actually, from the moment that she says a single sentence in that series, you already know how horrible she is. Because her line of "Look what the homosexuals have done to me now" is like when you watch the show, you'll understand that like it's a horrible person saying a horrible thing. And then also, if you're trying to tell me that I don't love him, that's impossible. I love all my children equally. And then it cuts to a earlier scene where she goes, "I don't care for Job." So yeah, and then as we all know from like in the season 3 reveal, when it's revealed that she's kind of the mastermind behind a lot of nonsense in the first 3 seasons, because I've still not watched that fifth season that came out. I stopped after the 4th one when they left it on that cliffhanger with Lucille too. But yeah, hell of a legacy to leave behind. And I'm not a big Archer watcher, but she plays Archer's mom on the show, right? Unless I'm crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Sweet. That's news, unless I missed anything.
Nice. We get movies on Blu-ray and Ultra HD. Let's see what's coming out this week.
Mm-hmm.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
All right. Just settle in, guys. Settle in. Where's your Messiah now? Why, he's on 4K, of course. You can get the 10 Commandments from 1956 on 4K.
I liked it more when it was a 15.
He shouldn't have dropped that tablet.
That's a deleted scene from the 10 Commandments.
Yep, clumsy hands Moses. I hear you. A deaf man could hear you. What? And then, of course, the bigger new release, Wonder Woman 1984, is getting its 4K release. There's also a steelbook from Best Buy, which looks like a very elaborate psychedelic-ish painting. And then you can also get the psychedelic-ish poster art. And then moving into other catalog titles, looks like the Bad News Bears is getting a re-release from Paramount Pictures. So if you want to pick up the Tatum O'Neal, Walter Matthau original 76 classic, do so. It's a fun movie. And you know what's not bad? The remake. It's not bad. Not great, but not bad. And then Isle of the Dead is coming to you guys from Warner Archive, starring Boris Karloff. This is a part of the Val Lewton series. So if you want to get another dosage out of that from Warner Archive, this will be your chance. And then this is right next to it, so I'm just going to say it right now. You can get Nosferatu in Venice with Klaus Kinski. from Severin Films. I don't believe this is not the same. This is something additionally from the Nosferatu that he did with Herzog.
Yeah, it's a bizarre movie. I read a review of it. I've never seen it, but it sounds interesting.
I like watching Klaus Kinski and things. I've never heard of this. I know of like I said, I know of the other one. What the fuck is this then? Ryan, should we blind buy this?
No.
No, maybe I will. Maybe I'll be that bold. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. let me waste my money. You've got a family to raise. Defending Your Life with Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep is coming to you from Criterion Collection. And let's see. We also have The Greatest Show on Earth from 1952 coming to us from Paramount Classics. Is this a classic, Ryan? I don't remember it being a classic. I know it won Best Picture and all, but is it a classic?
Sure.
Okay, fine. Anywho, Amazons and Barbarian Queen coming to you as a Scream Factory double bill.
Internet only.
Internet only. Oh God! So you have to be involved in technology to get this? What the hell? Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. They're doing a lot more of those lately, aren't they? Where it's just
well, they only make 1,000 of them, and those movies look so shitty. I said, man, I might get those, but then I don't know.
How expensive are they compared to, say, the Event Horizon
I think it's
last week?
I think it's $27.
2 movies. That's not bad.
No.
Especially if you end up like finding it at a deal somehow.
Yeah, probably not. They sell out really fast.
Okay, well then I'm not going to even try, Ryan. That seems like a venture doomed to fail. The AGFA is putting out a movie called Jungle Trap with a tagline that says "Run, Coyote, Run." In 1990, exploration auteur James Bryan pulled out his video camera and made a decapitation-fueled horror movie about a jungle hotel haunted by kill-crazy ghosts and loincloths. The team at Bleeding Skull found it 26 years later and finished it. Ooh, interesting. And then, of course, we've got Criterion release of the Mike Leigh film Secrets and Lies from 1996. And from Warner Archive, we've got The Bermuda Depths from 1978. This was already supposed to have come out, but I guess I'll just say it in case it's a newer thing. Or like they delayed it, but there's a steelbook of An American Werewolf in London from Arrow that we talked about a few weeks back. It's listed on here, so if you haven't picked it up, hey, why not pick it up? And then the 2-film collection of Mortal Kombat is being issued in a Blu-ray steelbook.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that's coming out. I got to pre-order that right now.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. That shit sells out so fast.
Yeah, and Ryan, this steelbook does look pretty cool if you're a Mortal Kombat fan. Like, it just looks neat.
Which is 4K, though.
I know. Well, I don't think they're ever going to release those on 4K. They don't want to spend the money.
Yeah, they don't need to, guys.
Maybe the first one. The second one, no way in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like watching the trailer for that new one on the big screen. I'm not a big Mortal Kombat guy, but like hearing what I like remember from the game with Get Over Here and whatnot, like that, I'm excited for this. It looks fun. Guy draws out blood and stabs him, freezes it and stabs him with it. It's fucking cool.
You just know that as soon as you buy it, they're going to announce the 4K version.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah, that's how this game works. Don't you get that?
Fuck.
And then lastly, Ryan, this one was made just for you. Cohen Media Group has your back. Journeys through French cinema. So yeah, if you want a journey through French cinema, no, Ryan. This is from the late Bertrand Tavernier. It says our nominated 3.5-hour tour through French film history. Ryan,
hey.
I'm gonna get this. I know I'm gonna get you a copy and say April Fools.
I have a question for you.
Answer.
Do you guys live by the South Glen fucking Best Buy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't order it because you have to have my ID. It's not going to be at Denver West tomorrow.
Can I can go get it for you tomorrow morning
No.
if they're open.
Wait till. Oh, it is Monday night. Wait till after midnight and try to order it.
Okay, if not, I'll send it if you guys don't mind getting it for me.
Yeah, if Ryan, if you can't get it, what time does the South Glen one open, Brad? Like 10 a.m.
Oh, it's like different every day.
Okay.
I stopped keeping track.
It opens at 11.
Okay, I go to work at 10 tomorrow, Ryan. So then I'll go on my first 15.
Fuck, because I already pre-ordered the Wonder Woman Steelbook.
Yeah, I learned like Monday night, like after midnight, maybe like 1 or 2, they actually update the store inventory. So sometimes you'll try to pre-order something and it says you can't get it at a certain store, but if you wait till like early Tuesday morning before they open, then they tabulate like what they actually have in store, and you can just pick it up then.
All right, I'll send it to you because I fucking missed out on the Dread one and it pissed me off. And
yeah,
Ryan, we're not going to let you down here.
Well, I'll send it to you if I can't get it. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll you know what I'll have to do, Ryan? If I go to get it on my break and somebody else grabs it, I'll just fight him to the death in the middle of the store.
Please do.
And then when I finally defeat him and I finish it, I can say Zacho wins, and then I can just buy it and then go back to my shift at work, knowing that I've defeated an enemy in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's showing the other stores you can pick it up are Parker, Southeast Aurora, Greeley, Grand Junction, Casper. Like, that can't possibly be true. Like, there's too many other metro area ones that are definitely going to have in stock. So,
all right, I hope so.
All right, and that was Blu-rays, guys.
We watch films throughout the week.
No, we
segment
don't.
We call what we've been watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
gosh, I was looking through the Best Buy stuff. I totally spaced what I watched. Check my diary. Oh, I remember now. I watched Action Jackson, which is I think a 1988 Carl Weathers. I swear it would be a spoof action comedy if it wasn't made in 1988. It's kind of feels like Last Action Hero, but it's like it doesn't have that making fun of the genre like awareness that Last Action Hero does. But it's kind of similar. Carl Weathers is a cop, and Craig T. Nelson is a rich guy who the public thinks is a good guy, but he's actually doing bad stuff behind the scenes, getting people hooked on drugs, and he owns a car dealership. And Carl Weathers, I forget how he. Oh yeah, he already knows him because before this movie they had some altercation with the bad guy's son, and so his son is in jail as a result of Action Jackson's actions. He's pretty much like the Slater character. Like just like goes around, like there's a car chase in the middle of the movie where he's like, riding on the top of it, like has his hands around it, he like punches out the windshield with his fist.
Sweet.
There's this one part where like there's a dinner party for all the rich people in town at the bad guy's mansion. The mansion, by the way, is Wayne Manor from '66 Batman.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there's like a sniper in the trees, like right above everybody. Like if everyone just kind of turned around, they would see him. But gosh, I wish I hadn't watched it so early in the week because I would love to talk more about the details. But the car he was holding on to like is riding down sidewalks and push people out of the way, and then like it launches off of a car and then flies through the air and then through this like auto yard, and the guy inside just disappears. He got away from this horrible accident. And then like Sharon Stone is in it, and Vanity.
So I just want to let you know that the synopsis of it's awesome. Due to the use of excessive force in arresting a sexual predator, Detective Lieutenant Jericho Action Jackson is demoted to police sergeant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Bill Duke is his
That's why
his
that's
boss.
why I want to see this movie, because I want to watch Bill Duke.
And literally by the end, like after, oh my God, I just remembered. In the finale, Craig T. Nelson runs up like the stairs in his mansion, and Jackson hops into I forgot what it was actually called online, but they took like, I think a Fiero and like modded it into a Ferrari. And then he drives it up the stairs in the mansion, up to the bedroom, and like blows to the door. And then they have like, they stop shooting each other and just get into a fist fight.
Did you watch this, Brad? Because now I want to watch it.
Yeah,
I mean, this seems like a pretty quick watch. I might just do this right afterward. 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yikes!
It's like it would, if it wasn't. I would believe they made it being serious. Like they believe this was going to be an awesome action movie, and it just totally plays like a spoof comedy. But yeah,
did you already mention Thomas F. Wilson being in it?
Well, he's barely in it, but he's got like a super high billing. He's in the beginning and the end. And I think there's a middle part where he's just cracking like bad jokes. But yeah, he's like really high billed for someone who's barely in it.
Robert Davi in here? Yikes.
Yeah, he's barely in it. But yeah, at the end, Bill Duke's like, after, Action Jackson saves this day, he's like, looks like you solved the case, Lieutenant or Sergeant. Like he promotes him right there. Like he gives him his rank back. It's a classic.
It's like no different than watching McBain the movie.
yeah, it's such a similar thing. Like, I mean, if they were trying to make a spoof comedy, then great. Like, but it just seems in that area is really like trying to be the next, like the next action hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was trying to do the movies that Schwarzenegger and Stallone are doing.
The director of it, I was looking into it just now. He was the second unit director on Predator and Reds, so he already knew Weathers at some point. So
yeah, I forget. I think there's some other people. Oh yeah, Billy from Predator is also in it. Like it's got a huge stacked cast from Predator and like a bunch of other movies. Like it's.
Well, I was reading it's Joel Silver too. So
yeah,
that's probably why as well.
Yeah, like I think they were making a serious thing. Also, like one of the henchmen from Die Hard is in it, like the cowboy one. Yeah,
love it.
A lot of people from all those movies together in a single movie.
If you want to get the Blu-ray, it is on Warner Archive.
Yeah, but it's on HBO Max right now, so I think I'll.
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
Yeah, it's not. Ryan. This isn't like Brain Donors, where I was really willing to just take that risk when somebody told me it's a Marx Brothers movie. I need to rewatch. I need to not rewatch. I need to watch Action Jackson before I commit to the physical copy on this one.
Yeah, and I think other than that, I've just been watching reruns of Double Dare.
Where are those available?
Paramount Plus, and it's like original Double Dare. Where it's just two kids. It's not super sloppy or family Double Dare. It's just two kids, and growing up, I could have sworn the kids like knew what they were doing, but watching it now, like they can't even figure out how to pass a flag to each other. Like I just
remember, like the nose booger one
is not in the first season.
No,
I think it's a family Double Dare thing. Yeah, I've only watched like 45 episodes so far, and there's like 100.
Only
like they're half an hour, and yeah, like it doesn't require a ton of attention. But there's 140 of them, I think, on Paramount Plus. But they're listed all as the first season. I don't think that's right, because I think
it sounds like it's just a dump of them.
Yeah,
season 1, and here's all of them.
Yeah, they're not remastered; they're in standard definition, and I think the regular Double Dare before it became family was like 3 years, so I think it's all those 3 years are just dumped into a single
sounds
season.
about right. Maybe 27 episodes a season.
Yeah, but yeah, it's weird when like sometimes they'll have questions for the kids that are like references to adult media. I'm just like, why would a kid know that?
Well, kids say the darndest things, Brad, and they know the darndest things.
You know, if it's like it references some like grown-up movie that, like, why would a kid ever have watched that? You know, like, who's writing these things? And then they seem so reluctant to get messy or do any of the physical challenges. Like, they're always trying to just answer the questions. Like, they don't want to do any of the physical stuff. Yeah. And then, yeah.
I always wanted to do the physical challenges.
Me too. Like,
like, you can ask the question or do the physical challenge.
I would, if I knew the answer, I would just say I didn't, and just to get to the physical challenge.
Well, you want to make sure you get some of them right, because you want to go to the final where you have to run the obstacle course.
Right. But you can eat up a ton of time by doing the physical challenge and just completely, like, there's some episodes where some kids just sit over on the side and never get to answer. It's really sad, just because it can get so lopsided. You know, they'll answer something simple like, you know, who's Alex Keaton on Family Ties? And then, like, the next he'll get, like, how many miles to the sun is it? It's like, oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, there's something else I watched. I forgot to write it down. So that's it for me.
That?
I actually watched a good deal of things. Really quickly, it's something I watched, but mainly because I was reviewing it before I told somebody was my two thoughts on it before it was released. My guest from episode 8 of Ballyhoo, John Strelick, he made a film in 2016 where I not only helped produce, but I co-starred in it, called Antlers, and it has been turned into a web series. The first 2 episodes are available now on John's YouTube page. And so I rewatched the entirety of the first 2 episodes and kind of like got back into the world of it. And, you know, he put together a very intriguing kind of like Slackers in Denver story mixed with a kind of ethereal presence that kind of helps interfere in their lives. So I've kind of referenced it as like a day in the life of these like mid to late 20s people in Denver, mixed with a Coen Brothers movie. So it's a lot of fun. Spencer Kane's in it. So if you've watched him in our Black Friday videos and you want to watch him do a little bit more of a longer, substantial role, this is a good place to start. Folks have said I'm fine in it, and I don't believe them, but whatever. And then on to my regular titles. But yeah, check out Antlers. It's really a lot of fun. And the next episode is coming out this Thursday, and there will be episodes coming out up until the end of April. But on to what I've been watching. I actually decided to check out The Babysitter, which Ryan, you had talked about for a while. And it wasn't until re-listening to my friend Smokey's show, where he was praising both the Babysitter and Babysitter 2, that I'm like, I need to sit down and watch this. And Ryan, is this McGee's best movie?
Well, maybe. I mean, it's fun.
But what's the yardstick that I measure this against?
I don't have an answer.
I don't, but you've got to, please. No, it's really, really, it's really inventive. I really, really liked the angle that it really pushed into the comedy, which helped certain horror elements of it for me. The jock character, who seems like a freaking Terminator for his whole chunk of the movie. Like one of my favorite, if anybody doesn't know the story of The Babysitter, is kid is getting babysitted by Samara Weaving. He's in love with his babysitter. Then he finds out his babysitter and a group of other kids are sacrificing people to Satan. They gotta get the blood of a guilty and the blood of an innocent to mix together, and then they put it on top of the text of this book, and any wish they have will come true. And so he's trying to evade them at a certain point. And one of the characters is this like, I get not roided up. He's not roided up, but he's just like way too intense for his own good jock. is chasing him around, and at one point he's about to chase him, and then suddenly this bully that's been bullying the babysat kid comes to this house and is egging his house, and he goes like, "Are you going to let him do that to your house?" And he's just like, "No, you go over there and you defend your house." So he stops the chase of a serial killer to tell him to stand up for himself. Like it was really, really well executed comedy. And then when he hangs himself outside the treehouse, I did not expect that to happen. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's not a perfect movie, but it's also it's hitting a lot of cylinders super well. That I would absolutely recommend it. Samara Weaving's great in it, and I believe it's Ken Marino plays his dad. Ryan,
Yeah, I think it's his stepdad, isn't it? Or is it his real dad? I can't remember.
No, that's his real dad because his friends is the one with the stepdad who has the who's like acting like an abrasive jackass.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's not I think it's either the stepdad or a divorced dad. I have no idea what the fuck that thing is. But anyway, but there's also a scene involving a needle. So like basically Samara Weaving knocks out the kid so that she could just draw blood from him so she doesn't have to kill him, because there's a logical step of just like, if I keep killing innocents and whatnot, then I'm just going to leave a trail behind me. And she's going to get the blood from him, and they already established in a previous scene that he doesn't like needles. Ryan, that needle scene is somehow more tense and frightening than the needle pit in Saw 2. And there's and it's literally like at the opposite ends of each spectrum. So yeah, I'm curious about the second one based on this, but I would recommend people watch The Babysitter if they haven't. Not, like I said, it's not perfect. Not every joke worked for me even, but I really did enjoy it. I rewatched Dolomite Is My Name. That movie's still pretty damn perfect for me. And then I went through some Marx Brothers stuff. One of the things that I just picked up in that realm is Classic Flicks, which is a label I've never heard of, put out a Blu-ray of A Night in Casablanca. And I got it today. And the thing that I watched on it was, so the Marx Brothers, when they started working for MGM onward, they would tour in preparation before they would go to film their movies. They would tour and test material out on people. And I'm not a Marx Brothers expert, but to my knowledge, we don't have any audio or video of them actually doing these tours and testing out the material until this release, where there's 5 minutes of audio where you hear Groucho and Chico testing out material in front of an audience. And you can hear where things aren't working and where things are working. And it's 5 minutes of audio, but it is the primary reason to pick up this Blu-ray, apart from the fact that you are getting one of the last good Marx Brothers movies available in a HD format. Because Night at the Opera and Day at the Races aren't available. I doubt we're ever getting the remaining MGM films out there. And the movie after this, Love Happy, which is available on Blu-ray and that I haven't seen yet, is supposed to be, kind of a pointless venture, with the exception of watching the best of Harpo that can be gotten out of him when he's supposed to get his own solo movie. But so Ryan, that's a Marx Brothers Blu-ray that if you can get it, you will get this 5-minute audio clip of listening to them test out material. So it's not for a radio show. This is from the tour.
It's awesome.
And then I also watched some of the bonus features on Curse of Frankenstein, which is another pickup that I got on Ryan's recommendation. And I'm very Hammer ignorant, and I need to learn more. I'm trying to do that and Amicus now. So listening to them talk about the history of the Curse of Frankenstein, it's like I can't remember each Hammer movie that I've seen, but now knowing the importance of this particular piece, I'm just like, oh, I'm down to start like really digging into Hammer now.
Well, yeah, it's great about the special features on that Blu-ray, which you can read about on my number 7 film of favorite Blu-rays of last year, is they kind of touch on, they have like a history X on there, from T extras.
And I'm trying to remember. I know I've seen the Dracula one that they put out on Scream, I believe. A lot of what I remember of Hammer was whenever I would get glimpses of it, or if I would pick up like random titles, but I don't remember which ones I picked up when I was younger. So, Ryan, I think you and I need to maybe start sitting down with some Hammer movies. And
I have a few. I pick them up usually when Scream releases them.
You're ahead of me on that.
I mean, I don't pick up everyone, but I do. And I pick them up like I have another Warner Archive one where it's Taste the Blood of Dracula, just because I like the name of it.
Right.
The movie's okay, but the title is badass.
Yeah. But, I mean, Hammer's style is so unique that you know Hammer's style even if you've not sat down with one of them. Like, I mean, I think I learned about Hammer via Tim Burton from Sleepy Hollow, because Sleepy Hollow is essentially playing out like a Hammer movie, especially with the way the blood is visualized on screen. And then my friends at Pop Culture Brews did an episode on The Godfather, and I was like, I haven't watched The Godfather in a while. Maybe I'll try to do the trilogy. And I only got to the first one, but rewatching it, I found much more appreciation for it than I have in the past. It's still not my gangster cup of tea per se, but I did find myself kind of getting lost in its universe and not judging it on the scale of the greatest movie of all time or whatever. I was just like, you're just watching a gangster movie. And just kick into that mode. And it does move the way he wants it to, like an opera, and tragedy left and right. It's still a pretty damn near perfect film. It's not a film that like I can tell people like just watch this any old time. It's like, no, it's a commitment. So it's weird, Ryan. I don't think this is one of the greatest movies ever made, but it's a gangster movie that when I'm watching it side by side with something like, say, a Goodfellas or something like that, it's interesting to watch two different directors approach it from two very different points of the spectrum. Because Scorsese's much more energetic, you know.
That's the fun with lots of films, you know. It's just seeing how people interpret it, you know.
Yeah, no, and actually that it did compel me that like when I got that big chunk of Blu-rays with Marx Brothers and Curse of Frankenstein, it was a 3-for-2 deal, and they were offering the Death of Michael Corleone, the Godfather coda, and I was like, well, I've already invested money in the trilogy right now as it stands, so I think free is a perfectly reasonable price for this new version of the movie. So I will report back on watching part 3 and then coda back to back to see which cut works better.
That's commitment.
Not in the same day. I was gonna say, fuck. No, Ryan. I know that I'm insane enough to rewatch The Irishman 10 times since its release. I'm not so crazy that I'm gonna watch the same movie, same 3-hour-ish movie back to back and see what the exact differences are. I do have some kind of life. Whether or not it's worth anything, you guys will have to be the judge.
Come on now. You're very important to everybody.
Oh, boo. Anyway, and then we'll get to the fun thing. I rewatched Escape from New York and Escape from LA last night because I was needing a break. And so obviously I love Escape from New York enough to put it at number 2 on my 1981 list above a bunch of, wrong people. But Ryan, I hadn't watched the Escape from LA print since I got it from Scream Factory. It looks pretty damn good. But that also means that those visual effects that never looked good to begin with look even worse.
The surfing?
No. Okay. I'm here to tell you right now, Ryan, the surfing doesn't look as bad as I remembered it. And in fact, if I'm pausing certain moments of it because I know he's still using matte paintings, albeit digital, it does look like a very interesting painting. Not a masterpiece painting, just an interesting painting. But the scene where he's in the submarine when he's going into LA after getting the mission from Cliff Robertson and Stacy Keach. That CGI is so ambitious. It's almost incredible that they tried, because it does not hold up today at all. But it's like looking at a previs rendering before they do the actual effects on, say, like an Avengers movie, where I'm like, if they had like pulled this off somehow in the 90s, this would have been the greatest thing ever. Because he's trying to they have him sifting in the submarine through the different parts of LA. He torpedoes over the submersed Universal Studios at one point. It's too ambitious for its own good. But I also don't know. I thought about this, and I realized that you've got to judge Escape from LA on the same yardstick as Escape from New York, where Escape from New York doesn't have an immense budget. It's pretty still low rent by comparison to other action films, even in the 80s. So it's almost like John Carpenter just utilized the same approach for this, because it's still, the scale is only on Los Angeles Island. Anywhere else, it's still that same scale as it is in Escape from New York, where the prison fortress is still pretty standard and lightly decorated. The final scene has the whole police military marching in the middle of a forest. It's still running off of that Avco embassy mentality of tighten the budget. So I've never looked at what the actual number for the budget on this film was, but it's almost like he just did the same techniques that he did the first time. And regardless of the visual effects, LA in Escape from LA still looks like it's immaculately wonderful production design of just insanity, cranked up to 1 billion. When it's not early CGI, it looks incredible because it still has texture and feel to it. And also Bruce Campbell's makeup looks more registerable this time around, because I never felt like I could fully embrace what that creation of his is supposed to be on his face, Ryan. But on the Blu-ray, it's super clear, not where the lines are, but where certain textures in his smile and his his facial surgery areas are supposed to be from all the plastic surgery he's had. It's a really cool character he got to play. I mean, I've been saying that I wish that Bruce Campbell would play a villain, a truly despicable villain. I'm not. You may know of an actual one, Ryan, but is this the closest we get? I know he's supposed to be an asshole in Crime Wave, but I don't know of any other film that he would have been truly a douche.
I actually can't think of one off the top of my head. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, and yeah, it's regardless of all the things I've expounded about on Escape from LA, it's still a fun ass time. It's basically the first movie. Not everything holds up. I think Pam Grier's character might be the one thing where I'm just this is weird, but everything else around it has an interesting idea behind it that still has something to go off of. Obviously, the revolutionary character in this one is not as menacing as the Duke of New York, but he carries his own little weight to him. I think it's just interesting that Cliff Robertson and Bruce Campbell are in a movie together that isn't related to a Spider-Man. So yeah, and that's all I watched this week.
Speaking of Bruce Campbell, I picked up a film from the aforementioned Severin that I've never seen before, called Running Time. And it's a film that's one continuous shot, shot by Josh Becker, who did a couple other films with Bruce Campbell. In it, Bruce Campbell plays a guy who gets out of prison after he's been in there for 5 years for taking the fall for his friend. And as soon as he gets out, he sets up a way where he can rob the prison of a lot of money. And the film takes place like in a like delivery truck, kind of like a UPS truck. They get a couple more guys to their crew that they pick up throughout the beginning of the film. Bruce Campbell meets a girl that he kind of falls in love with. It's a really clever movie. I mean, I think it's maybe 75 minutes long. And I mean, obviously you can tell when there's a cut in it, but there is, 5-10 minute long single takes. And it's just kind of cool because it's a fun technique. And there's an interview with Bruce Campbell on the disc. And if you ever have the opportunity to listen to Bruce Campbell talk about his projects, they're always fun.
Just hear the audiobook of If Chins Could Talk.
Yeah.
That's a great audiobook.
He says that the movie cost maybe $100,000 and they shot it in 10 days. Yeah. And so it's a really interesting film. Just because it's a really like independent movie and, they don't have a lot of money and they're relying on some shots. And it's cool because Bruce Campbell talks about how there's a scene where he's in this apartment with this girl and they would have, him and her talking. And then as he would leave the room, the camera guys would have to follow them and they'd have to put all these stuffed animals back in the scene where the film crew and everybody else were staged. So there's a continuity to it. So they would have to redress the set while they were filming another location. And then when the camera went back, the set was dressed again. So it's kind of cool to hear how they did it. And the film is, it's fun. It's just kind of cool to see it. And it's really fun to see this gem of a film that I've never even heard of kind of just pop up on the radar. And the reverse art on it's really cool. It's Bruce Campbell pointing a gun and running with a big bag of money. I watched Event Horizon for the first time in a long time. Scream Factory put out a collector's edition.
Commentary by Paul W. Sanderson, please.
It says just Paul Anderson on it, so this is before he was Paul W. S. Anderson.
But Ryan, let's not beat around the bush. Paul W. S. Anderson, what do you have to say?
Yeah, again, the thing with Paul W. S. Anderson is his films look cool. They usually lack in story.
Yeah.
And this one is maybe his most cohesive script. And it's the Sam Neill plays a doctor who gets on board a ship that's headed to the Event Horizon, which is a ship that was lost for 7 years that just randomly reappeared. And what's unique about the Event Horizon is it can like fold space and basically go through a portal to get places really fast. And it's never overtly said in the film, but it's basically it went to hell and came back and
fucked up shit ensues.
Yeah. The CGI is really bad in it. They have floating bottles and other stuff going on that I'm sure looked really cool in 1996 or 97. I forget when it came out. And
I remember when I saw this later on, but I heard people in film school saying how insane it was and watching it and like, yeah, the CGI is not great, but like watching it and going like, this is like, imagine what it would have been to sit in the theater when this first came out.
Yeah, but the practical effects are really cool. There's a scene where Sam Neill rips out his eyes. Some of the other stuff is really interesting. What's really interesting about the Scream Factory release of it is on the back of the Blu-ray, it has these special features listed, and it has just the ones that were on previous Blu-ray release, the previous Blu-ray release of it, they don't mention there's like 11 new interviews on it with the director, like second unit people, some actors. So it's really weird that they didn't mention that on the back of the Blu-ray. So do know that if you pick up the Blu-ray, there is about another hour and 40 minutes of interviews that they don't mention on the Blu-ray packaging.
So it's not even on the inside, because sometimes
No.
on the outside they condense it. Okay.
No, it just lists like a new 2K scan and then all the previous extras that were already on there. I don't know if they didn't know which ones they would exactly have on it because of the pandemic, because all the interviews you can tell are conducted over Zoom or Skype or something.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Maybe they were running into a weird deadline on that. So
yeah, and it's fine. I mean, it still works. I mean, they're just not as visually pleasing as some of their other interviews.
No, but it'll make do, Ryan, until the.
There's a really interesting tidbit with Paul W.S. Anderson. He talks about he was actually going to make Soldier with Kurt Russell after Mortal Kombat, and Kurt Russell wanted to take a year to get in really good shape. So then he decided to do Event Horizon while he's waiting for Kurt Russell. And so he made Event Horizon in 10 months or something, and then went right into Soldier.
When's the last time you watched Soldier, Ryan?
Oh, it's when it came out.
Okay, Brad, you've seen it, right?
Nope.
I'd like your thoughts on it too. I don't hate Soldier. It's not good, but I don't hate it. Like, I liked watching Kurt Russell basically give a silent film performance. But
yeah, it's
not a great movie. Yeah, it's got its interesting moments to where it's like I still need to go through the Resident Evil series. That's on my big on to-do list, but I still maintain my favorite Paul W.S. Anderson film is his remake of Death Race, because I think it just hits all the right notes for me.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And the last thing I watched is last week, the Steelbook 4K of Beauty and the Beast was on sale at Best Buy, the animated one. And I've never seen a 2D animation in 4K. And yeah, it's pretty stunning. The it just, the colors look better. Obviously the soundtrack is better because it goes to, there's nothing else on the disc but the film and the music. And I didn't know if I would actually notice a difference in it that much, but you can. It's brighter. The colors pop a little more. I mean, the movie itself is a classic and a great film. So
yeah,
it's interesting when you watch it, and I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's so ingrained in pop culture that you remember like every beat of the movie.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
Hey-o. I always think my favorite song in it, I know everyone's, Be Our Guest, which is animated spectacularly. Or Beauty and the Beast won best, song at the Oscars. But I always love Gaston.
Oh my God, that song's great.
Because it's so fun. And my friend Brandon used to sing it all the time because Gaston was his favorite character. Beauty and the Beast.
I've been wanting for a while to recreate that, Ryan, with Spencer Kane playing Gaston.
Nice.
I think that could totally work.
Probably could.
So you hadn't done like Lion King when they put it out on 4K?
No, because I never felt like this urge to get it in 4K,
Okay. Brad and I looked at the Lion King 4K on my TV when it came out, and you could tell the difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty easily noticeable. I went through the same thing with black and white on Blu-ray. I said, is this going to look great? And I remember putting in Dick Van Dyke season 1, and I went, holy cow, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life was my exposure to it. With the Christmas edition that I watched in December, I'm like, oh yeah, this is worth the upgrade. I need Casablanca in 4K ASAP.
The 4K It's a Wonderful Life is absolutely stunning.
Yep.
Yep, and that's what I watched this week. This week on Real Nerds, we went to see Nobody.
Nobody.
Brad, should people see Nobody?
Yeah, I had fun with it. But I don't know. I was actually a little underwhelmed, I guess. I don't think they really took advantage of like the premise of Bob Odenkirk being an action hero alone is just like so mind-boggling that yeah, I expected more comedy out of it, I guess. And he's good in a more dramatic role here. But I don't know. It's just kind of missing something for me.
Zach?
I absolutely think you should. I went in with with a proper amount of expectation of like, well, there's going to be some humor in it. What's the humor going to be? And it's a dark comedy. Like, so I met it on that level. It's basically, I appreciated watching him kind of do a performance that subverts the John Wick of it all that we've experienced since 2014. And I got a good kick out of it. I think it's very well shot. I think it's well acted. So yeah, it was a very nice, pleasant surprise. And Christopher Lloyd, holy shit. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I think I'm in Zach's camp. I actually had a lot of fun with this movie.
Yeah.
I think where Brad was holding it, I actually really kind of enjoyed it. Well, I'll talk about it anyways. You should see this film. Here's a trailer for Nobody.
So they took maybe $20 and an old watch? Mr. Madsen, did you even take a swing?
No.
Could have taken her, Dad.
Heard you had some excitement last night. I wish they'd have picked my place, you know?
Why didn't you take him out?
I was just trying to keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
You okay? Because you don't look okay.
There's a long dormant piece of me that so very badly wants out.
What are you still doing here, old man?
I'm gonna fuck you up. It's been a hell of a day.
You can see that.
For 12 years, I worked for some very dangerous people. Everybody get to the basement.
What is happening?
Don't call 911. I used to be what they call an auditor. The last guy anyone wants to see at their door. Because it meant you didn't have long to live. But I left it behind to start a family. Hey! I might have overcorrected.
When you left, you abandoned a certain debt that needs repayment. And your creditor is aware of your resurrection.
They came after my family.
They stole my kitty cat bracelet.
And you don't fucking do that.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
You look like shit, Dad.
You should see the other guys.
Who the fuck are you?
Me? I'm nobody.
In theaters only March 26th.
In Nobody, Bob Odenkirk plays a guy named Hutch, and he works at his wife's dad's manufacturing company or something like that.
It's just a manufacturing company. I have no idea what the fuck they're building.
Yeah, and every
Probably
day is the
windshields,
same.
I think.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Bulletproof windshields.
Yep.
Did you see it at Alamo, Brad?
No, I watched it over here at the Highlands Ranch.
Before, what's cool at the Alamos, they showed nothing but a bunch of like revenge trailers before it. And just before, the last thing they showed though was from Mr. Show, where Bob Odenkirk is spreading that, like, was it mustard mayonnaise all over stuff?
Mustard mayonnaise.
Yeah, mustard mayonnaise. And his daughter dies before he's done spreading mayonnaise and mustard. It's totally stupid. And they also showed
my life.
yeah. The Space Ghost with him and David Cross, where he's like, "Shoot me again with your ray."
They should have done the one where he does the ransom for the toe.
Oh yeah. It was just fun. But yeah, anyways, every day's the same for him, and something happens where people break into his house, and he can't believe he let it happen. And you slowly learn that he is an auditor who goes and takes care of problems for the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of unleashes who he is.
Yeah. It plays out like it starts off with him being this ticking time bomb of like pent up energy from years living this second life that he's built for himself. Like I don't remember in the trailer there being I don't know if they took this out for the trailer, but I don't remember there being a cat in the trailer when he's handcuffed and being interrogated. But them doing that quick cut of his routine and kind of building us into his frame of mind into that point. And just the whole idea of having Bob Odenkirk play this mid-age crisis film in the form of an action hero movie, like this could have easily gone down a Death Wish route, and that's what I thought it was with the trailers. But then just to see that it just unfolds in a full-on John Wick type style movie, I was like, oh no, this is absolutely wonderful. The scene on the bus, I loved it from the perspective that it starts off when he's about to mess them up and he goes in, like there's no music for the first part of it. And then it kicks on some music as soon as it's almost like he's earned it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, what's cool about that scene is it takes him a little bit to get into who he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he's so rusty. And but I love the music in it too. They did really fun with music throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a lot of fun with it.
There's the scene where he's trying to figure out so people break into his house. That's the catalyst of the film, is that people break into his house and he does nothing about it. But you don't learn until later that the reason he held back was because he didn't want to harm somebody who had an empty gun. But he's tracking down the people who broke into the house, and he winds up at a tattoo parlor with a fake FBI badge, a gun, and a wad of money. And somebody recognizes his tattoo with the poker cards on it. And he goes, "Excuse me." And he says, "Thank you for your service." He shuts the door and just leaves his other 3 cronies in the tattoo shop. And he's just basically going like, "You're on your own, fuckers."
Well, there's also a Mel Brooks Looney Tunes moment in that where the dude's locking the door with a bunch of locks.
Yeah, and then you see the window. He looks through the window. And then I liked how they played the villain. I love the angle that like he doesn't really care that his family about the family member that got beaten the shit out of, but for him it's a matter of inconvenience and like like a matter of principle for him. And he's also like, I don't really want to be guarding the Russian mafia's money. Like this is, I'd rather be this like peppy like singer at my nightclub. When they have that confrontation after he's burned the Russian mob money, And he's just like, oh yeah, burned it all. You should have seen it go up. It's almost like he's like making fun of those serious moments for action heroes. Like I always feel like this movie has to have some form of Bob Odenkirk sense of humor in it. One, because he produced it, but number two, like it's just like you're putting Bob Odenkirk in an action movie. How you're not going to lean into that, I don't know. And thankfully they do. Can we talk about Christopher Lloyd now?
Yeah, Brad, give us your thoughts real fast.
Not too much. Like, yeah, like it was fun in places. I don't know. I don't know. I can't put my finger on like why I wasn't like just totally enjoying it. You know, like the finales. You know, a lot of times it just felt like it was a like excuse to do action. Like the story is just built around the set pieces. So like that was, you know, a lot of the, you know, the bus thing and then the thing at the end were great. But like everything in the middle, I just kind of like was waiting a little long to like, you know, figure out like, you know, where's this going? Yeah, seeing Christopher Lloyd as an action star too was great. Did not expect that to happen. But yeah, it's not a deep movie, so not much else to talk about. Like, you know, it's really just a revenge thing where, you know, this guy who's chosen a life that has kind of dulled him a bit, gets back in the game, and you know, he doesn't really kind of everything goes his way. You know, there's not a lot of adversity as he gets back on top. You know, he kind of always has the upper hand on the villain. So
there is an element of it that I do wish was there, but I don't really care that it's not like super present, because there is like this conflict established between him and his son after he after they get robbed that night, but it seems like it's super resolved super quickly after he's gotten his violence fix. So I almost wish that there was some kind of like smaller arc within there between the father and the son, but it's also kind of like, I don't think that this movie has enough time to deal with that.
It could have, but yeah. There's stuff like the kitty cat bracelet. Like I thought that was going to be the catalyst for like a lot of humor. Like he's going after this, like silly thing, but like that's it. Like that's really like the silliest part of it.
I actually love that joke just pops up randomly in the middle of him giving this. This is a funny gag, is that he keeps trying to do his exposition speech, like that every action hero would give, of just like, I was in the jungle in Vietnam for 20 years and then I retired and I settled in suburbia.
Yeah, that was die before he finishes.
They either die or they fall asleep on him. And him like said, I actually thought it was inventive. Like, you know, if you're gonna have your lair go up in flames, just start a record of "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong. That just sparks and sets the room on fire. Like he's really good at delivering action pieces. What I like is that it's set amidst this world where everybody fears him, but also nobody like is particularly interested in hearing anything he has to say.
It's great when he gets his brother-in-law. Like, you know, he takes all the gold to his father-in-law. He's like, I'm gonna buy it. Like he gives him the really good offer, and the brother-in-law's like, what about my say? He just punches him.
Yeah, he's like, what am I going to do? And he's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Well, that was a funny moment too, where his brother says, he points a gun at his head. He's like, relax, the safety's on. Oh wait, now it's on.
These those like nice little like slide moments in there.
Yeah, and then like that's one of the underwhelming things is like you put it in the refrigerator like early on in the movie, and you're expecting it to come back later. And it comes back later, but it's really just like as an extra, like, oh, good thing that was there because I ran out of bullets. Like it's not as creative as, you know, him taping the what's it called? The bomb, the Claymore.
Claymore?
To the plexiglass shield or whatever.
Yeah. What does Christopher Lloyd say after he blows that dude up? He's like, yuck.
Something like that.
And
yeah.
then Christopher Lloyd giving his other son shit for getting shot. Good stuff.
I love when the two Russian gangsters go in to subdue Christopher Lloyd and he gets the upper hand on him, and then they have the orderly come in and go like, "You got to turn that TV down." And he just goes, "Okay," and he's holding the guy's mouth and basically suffocating him. I was so happy to see Christopher Lloyd up and about, because when we last saw him in Going in Style, I just assumed he was on the outs. But god damn it, motherfucker can still walk around and do shit, and I love it. And I'm glad that RZA finally showed up. But well, no, Lloyd's in another movie that came out not too long ago from somebody I went to film school with, but I don't remember what the movie's called.
There's a trailer for something ahead of this that I saw. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I was like, Christopher Lloyd's in that?
He's having a resurgence. You know, I mean, I know
think he's
this
steadily been working anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, though, thinking about watching him in an old folks' home. It's just like, yeah, but my brain is tuned into him as Doc Brown to the point where I've just thought he was always old. If it wasn't for the fact that he's in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and his hair is not in any like elderly fashion, I would have gladly gone on my whole life thinking he was just eternally old.
Oh, Senior Moment. That's
Yeah.
the trailer I saw with William Shatner.
Mm-hmm. You went to Highlands Ranch too, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I want to throw this out in the universe. No sequel. It's fine on its own. Don't need a universe.
Yeah.
It seems like it's in the vein of John Wick, where like there's this other organization. Do you really work for the FBI, or just his dad? Like he just took the badge.
My assumption is that his dad worked for the FBI, but then he went into the same organization that he then goes into. I actually liked the way they established that everybody's afraid of him, is they do that blackmail thing, and then she gets the information for the Russian gangster, and she throws the information on his desk and goes like, "Don't worry, no charge, goodbye."
Yeah.
And then on the official documents, it literally says nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you could John Wick it still and like create a deeper organization thing like the Continental and stuff easily.
Or we find a way to get Universal and Lions or Summit to play with each other and let nobody get inside the John Wick universe.
It would be amazing is if the sequel, like David Cross was the villain.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that's asking for too much.
Or that's asking for what we need.
Well, it's what we want, but it's the sequel we need, but not the sequel we deserve as a people.
Nobody versus Ronnie Dobbs. You can't harm me. I got encephalitis. Encephalitis is what took me.
Cool.
I've got Run Ronnie Run in my basement now. I want to rewatch that.
It's a fun one.
I watched that in a long time.
Oh, that doesn't play well.
Oh, it's still funny.
I was reading about it. I totally like. There's a Mandy Patinkin like play version of it, like in the movie. Like I have not seen that in a long time.
Yep.
Do not remember that at all.
DVD's hard to come by.
I got it.
Good thing I own it.
Yep, so do
I. Next week is Godzilla versus Kong.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. Thanks for listening, as always.
What's after that, by the way?
I was going to try and figure it out after the show.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, the week after that one is Mortal Kombat, so.
Oh, get over here. We'll finish it.
Yes.
Kato wins.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast.
Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.